next to her.
Yeah, got everybody?
We're all here for you, puppy.
Good.
He just doesn't know it. You guys all good? Mayor, go ahead.
All right, good morning, everyone. It's great to see everybody, and we in Scranton are so thrilled to be hosting Governor Josh Shapiro here in downtown. We are always excited about our downtown shopping, all of our great restaurants and bars and all the lively things that we get to do during the holidays. Governor Shapiro heard about this and he said he wanted to be a part of it. So we're hosting him today, walking up and down Biden Street, North Washington, going to all these different boutiques, catching some last-minute Christmas gifts, some last-minute holiday gifts. And we're really excited to be hosting him. It's a really example of all the investment that's happening right here in downtown Scranton. We have record business starts still going on. We have great support from the city, from the county, from our state delegation, continuing to make Scranton a great place to invest in. We have so much going on from a community perspective as well. Community partnership, Scranton Tomorrow is here, the Chamber of Commerce is here, making sure that we are all rowing in the same direction as we continue to make Scranton such an incredible place to shop, most importantly, eat, but also, raise a family, retire, run a business. So we're so proud of that. I wanted to acknowledge some of our delegation here today. We have Commissioner Bill Gahan is here from Lackawanna County. We have State Representatives Kozorowski, Kyle Mullins, and Jim Haddock, as well, of course, as Kyle Donahue right here. We are very, very excited as well to just be in this wonderful space. This business has been here for, I'm sure Stephanie will go into it, a very long time. It's a great contrast to one of the brand new businesses that we were at Tashi Hill just a few minutes ago. So we've got the old and the old standbys here in Scranton, the family-run businesses. We've also got new folks coming in, investing in our city and making it a great place to be. So with that, I'll kick it over to Stephanie, and thank you for hosting us.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Tom Grudas Optical has served its customers in downtown Scranton for 44 years. My father began the business after working at a similar family business based in downtown Scranton as well. Tom Grudas Optical's longevity is contributed to our loyal customers who have become friends throughout the years. Whether new frames or adjustments are needed or just stopping by to say hello, we welcome everybody in. The Bear Accessories began in 2007 at the newly opened Shops at Montage and Music. After 5 years, I had the opportunity to move to downtown Scranton and join with Tom Grudas Optical in one location. I've been in retail most of my life, and my father and I enjoy serving our community. In recent years, big corporations seem to be booming and small businesses declining, especially since the pandemic. Main Street America leads efforts to strengthen and preserve older historic communities, such as Scranton, representing the interests of everyday people and small businesses. These large corporations and small businesses need to coexist and work toward a common goal of supporting and preserving the small communities we all live in. President Obama said, from the mom and pop storefront shops that anchor Main Street to the high-tech startups that keep America on the cutting edge, small businesses are the backbone of our economy and the cornerstone of our nation's promise. What I take from that is that both big and small businesses make America the great place that it is. However, we must not forget the small business owners who toil away each day in order to make a living for themselves and also enrich the lives of the people in their communities. Remember, we are the businesses that support local baseball and softball teams. And unlike big corporations, we are the ones with personal connections to the communities we both serve and live in. Yeah. I'd like to now turn it over to Governor Josh Shapiro.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Stephanie. It is great to be back in downtown Scranton and wonderful to be with all of you, especially as we approach the holidays. I want you to know, downtown Scranton is on the rise. I said that a few weeks ago when we were unveiling the new Fidelity Bank building that's going to bring nearly 200 new employees right back here to downtown. And you can feel it now along our streets here in the downtown. New stores like Tashi Hill that we just went to, which made me realize I am not a hip person nor a good dresser. But then when showing up here, I was greeted by Tom at this wonderful place that's been here for so many years, right? You've got the new, as the mayor was talking about, and you've got the business that's been here for a while. And Tom greeted me and he said, I like your glasses. So you made me feel a little bit better about my look, Tom. I appreciate that. And then Tom also said, don't touch the dog. So I want you to know these stores matter. Our downtowns matter. And our main streets really, really matter. I am so honored to serve as the governor of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And one of the questions I get asked all the time is, you know, how do you represent communities that just look so different, right? Rural, urban, suburban. And the more you travel around this great Commonwealth and get to know the wonderful people, you realize just how similar, you know, most folks are, and their desires are oftentimes pretty much the same, right? They want a really good school for their kids and their grandkids. They want safe streets to walk down. They want economic opportunity in the communities that they love, that they grew up in, that they want to live in. And no matter where you are, rural, urban, suburban communities, what links all of our neighborhoods together is they all have a main street. Now, sometimes the main streets are high-rises, like what you'll see in Philly or Pittsburgh. Sometimes it's mid-rises, like what you're seeing here in Scranton. Sometimes it's single stories in some of our most rural communities. But every community has a main street. And the health of that main street is the beating heart of a community. You can often tell how successful a community is or how vibrant it is by its main street. And so we believe in main streets in Pennsylvania. And it's not just rhetoric. We're putting our money where our mouth is. I think you all know I'm the only governor in the country with a divided legislature. I share that with you because in order for us to get anything done, we literally need Republican votes and Democratic votes. And so we try and focus on common sense things that grow our economy and give people opportunity. One of those things is investing in main streets. These wonderful lawmakers who are here with me today, Senator Marty Flynn from our state Senate, Representative Kozarowski, Representative Haddock, Representative Mullins, and of course your local rep, Representative Donahue. I think I got everybody, even without turning around, right? Did all right?
You're safe.
These folks work their tails off for you. And when we're negotiating budgets and bills, we're expressing what our values are. We're expressing what matters to us. And main streets matter. In fact, for the first time ever, we now have a dedicated state fund just for main streets across Pennsylvania. These folks worked hard together with me and others in the legislature, and we now have a $20 million fund, and that's just the beginning, for main streets across Pennsylvania. What is that? What does that mean for folks like Tom and Stephanie? Well, it means that their community Main Street organization can get resources, say to fix up a sidewalk or lighting or other public works projects. The mayor, I know, has big plans for that. Fixing traffic and other things that stop people from being able to walk down a main street. It also means for folks like Tom and Stephanie the ability to get dollars for the infrastructure of their small business. Think about fixing up a facade or being able to do some other capital improvement that invites more people in. Main streets matter, and we want people shopping here on our main streets. We want our main streets to be vibrant because we know strong communities will follow. Now, we also understand that in order for shoppers to come in here, they got to have money in their pockets, right? And we know that over the last number of years, costs have gone up. And it's become harder and harder for people to take a dollar out of their pocket to make a purchase that they want for themselves, their kids, their grandkids, you name it. And I know it can be tough sometimes around the holidays. That's why, in addition to making investments like we made on our main streets, we have all come together to make sure people have more money in their pockets in Pennsylvania. Let me explain. Let me just give you an example of a family here in Scranton. Husband is a small business owner, right? Wife actually was taking care of their 2 kids and is now going back into the classroom. She wants to be a special ed teacher right here in Scranton. And they have an elderly parent who lives not too far away. So what is that family going to do as a result of the work? How is that family going to benefit as a result of the work that folks here have done? That mom who's getting her special ed teacher's degree, she now is getting $10,000 back in her pockets in a teacher stipend, so that's covering her costs while she is student teaching in the classroom here in northeastern Pennsylvania. That's real money back in her pocket. In the past, student teachers, they had to do that work and they made nothing. In fact, they a lot of times had to take out a loan just to cover their costs while they were student teaching. That elderly parent who lives not too far away, who has an issue in their home that they need to fix, but they're just struggling because they're on this fixed income. Well, for 20 years, those seniors have been calling on us to do something about it, to help them. And after 20 years of talking about it, we came together and passed the largest targeted tax cut for seniors in 20 years in Pennsylvania. We doubled the property tax rent rebate, and we added over 100,000 new seniors who benefit from it. So now those seniors who, that family I was just talking about was caring for that elderly parent. Now that elderly parent has more money in their pockets. That's more money that these families can keep and maybe use here or in one of our other small businesses. Now think about their kids who are going into childcare. Childcare costs a lot of money. We tripled the childcare tax credit in Pennsylvania. Tripled it. That's money back in families' pockets who are struggling to afford childcare. And any employer who wants to help offset those childcare costs, well, they're getting a tax credit now as well. So we're coming at this on both sides of it, putting money back in the pockets of those families who are struggling to afford childcare and helping businesses by encouraging them to help offset some of those costs as well. And for that small business, well, we have been able to allow small businesses now, and this is probably 20 years of talking about it as well, we got it done, write off more of their losses from the year before, which allows a small business to keep more money in their small business, either for take-home money or to reinvest in that small business so it can be even stronger, even more vibrant. And for all of our businesses, we haven't just cut their taxes once, we cut the corporate net income tax twice in Pennsylvania. Those are just a few of the examples where we've been able to come together to reduce costs for Pennsylvania families. I heard everybody loud and clear. They needed more money in their pockets. So whether you're a senior, whether you're a family, you're a small business owner, you're a teacher, you name it, you got more money in your pockets now, especially around the holidays, to shop at one of our small businesses along our main streets. You see how I pulled all that together? You follow all that? And this is common sense governing in action. This is all of us coming together to focus not on the rhetoric that's divisive, not on fighting Republicans and Democrats, but actually bringing people together to do common sense things to get things done. That's the way we do it in Pennsylvania. That's the way northeastern Pennsylvania, I think, expects their elected leaders to act, and that is what we've delivered on. Everything I've talked about here today isn't a plan or a pipe dream. It's actually concrete things that we've gotten done together. And I'm grateful to each and every one of these lawmakers who are here today. They're here today because they also have bet on Scranton. They bet on northeastern Pennsylvania, and they have delivered for you, and we've been doing this work together. And I'm grateful that they're here, and I'm grateful Mayor Cognetti and the local team is here as well to be able to take those dollars from the state and put it into action right here on our main street. So thank you all very, very much. I'm grateful that you're here, and I am now looking forward to hearing from Senator Marty Flynn, followed by Representative Donahue, the two individuals who represent this committee. Thank you all very much. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
It's great to be here today, and it's great to have our governor. And this is, well, make no mistake about it, Scranton is the economic center of Lackawanna County. If Scranton doesn't thrive, Lackawanna County doesn't thrive. And that will drag down the whole entire northeast part of this state. So it's great to have a mayor that works day in and day out to make our economic centers a better place for business and a better place for its citizens. And it's a pleasure to have you, Governor. It's a pleasure to work with you every day, budget in and budget out, to make sure that the people of Northeast Pennsylvania are represented properly. Putting money back into our people's pockets is number one most important thing that I face day to day. Bringing economic activity back to my district is one of the most important things that day in and day out I try to bring to Harrisburg. It's just a great job you're doing, and I'm so glad to have you. You're a great governor, and we will work day in and day out to bring economic opportunity back to Lackawanna County. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's an exciting time here in Pennsylvania, and as we head into the holiday season, I'm proud to work with Governor Shapiro and my colleagues in the legislature to deliver real results for families, small businesses, and communities across Pennsylvania. When Governor Shapiro took office, he prioritized making meaningful investments to position Pennsylvania as an economic leader. And so far, we've seen incredible progress. His administration has secured over $3 billion in private sector investments, creating jobs and fueling growth in every corner of our state. I'm proud to have been a prime sponsor in the State House of one of the governor's top economic development priorities, the PA Sites Program, a program that provides $500 million in funding to assist applicants in the development of competitive, shovel-ready sites for businesses to relocate or expand within the Commonwealth. But it's just not about big businesses. It's about the heart of our communities, our main streets, and our small businesses. The governor's 24-25 budget includes $20 million for Main Street Matters program, which will support the commercial corridors where Pennsylvanians shop, gather, and thrive. We put money back in the pockets of our seniors through expansion of the property tax rent rebate by increasing the maximum rebate from $650 to $1,000 and expanding access to nearly 175,000 more Pennsylvanians. We've also finally started down the road to properly funding our schools by investing in over $1 billion in new dollars into our public schools in this last budget. This historic investment not only allows our schools to provide proper education to all Pennsylvanians to build a workforce for the future, but it also allows school districts to not overburden their local taxpayers. We've lowered costs for families by expanding the child dependent tax credit that delivered $132 million in tax credits to 212,000 families in Pennsylvania just this year. We need to also continue to push for the employer child care contribution tax credit that will encourage businesses to contribute to their employers' child care expenses, helping businesses, big and small, save money and drive out dollars to help parents with high cost of child care. This holiday season, we can all take pride in knowing that Pennsylvania is growing stronger, more vibrant, and more connected. I, along with my colleagues in the State House, will continue to work alongside Governor Shapiro to continue to invest in our communities and in turn invest in a brighter future for everyone. Thank you for being here, Governor.
Thank you very much. Now, the representatives and the senator vote to get these bills to my desk so I can sign them and have the dollars available for communities like Scranton. And then we need local government leaders like the mayor to prioritize this kind of work. And I think I can speak for you, Madam Mayor. We need experts on the ground to then go and implement that, and people whose sole focus is our Main Street, is our downtown. And in communities all across Pennsylvania, we have those professional folks who do that work. And you're blessed here in Scranton to have Leslie Collins, who does that work for all of you. Leslie, when I said your name, a bunch of folks just smiled, so they must like you here in Scranton. So I want to invite Leslie up to share a few words on how she is seeing the investment in downtown's work and the work she's doing here in Scranton, from a wonderful place like this that's existed for generations to Hitachi Hill that just opened up a few weeks back. Leslie, the floor is yours. Thanks.
Tom, I'm embarrassed to put my cheaters on in front of you, so please turn away. Good afternoon, everyone. It has been just an exceptional honor to introduce Governor Shapiro to a sampling of our small business owners in the downtown business district today. Scranton Tomorrow has been working with our small business community since 1992. And we were designated as a Pennsylvania Main Street organization in 2008. Since then, we have continued to operate under the Main Street approach to revitalize our downtown business district. And as a result, our business district has truly seen great transformation. Today, we serve as a state-recognized Main Street organization, and we are very excited to be in the process of redesignation under the Main Street Matters initiative. Governor Shapiro's $20 million investment in the Main Street Matters initiative exemplifies his incredible commitment to the economic growth and the revitalization of our Pennsylvania business districts and our entrepreneurs who are realizing their vision to build a vibrant future in our great state of Pennsylvania. The Pennsylvania Main Street program has sparked tremendous positive economic impact, encouraged a cohesive and collaborative business district, resulting in a sense of true community and camaraderie. Today, we met with 3 small businesses in the downtown, all in the retail sector, yet very diverse in their different phases of their business history. Tachi Hill, as the governor mentioned, a new trendy business which just opened recently in November. Amendolaro, a retail shop with a really eclectic assortment of both men's and women's wear. And lastly, where we stand this afternoon. Tom Grudas Optical and the Bear Accessories is a true success story in so many ways, as you've already heard much of it. We all know that the big box industry has made it very convenient for all of us to shop at any point in time. But the backbone, as Stephanie mentioned, the backbone of our communities across the nation is most certainly the small businesses. And as the governor has said, small businesses do matter, absolutely. The governor's initiative will continue to drive this message home on a daily basis, and we are very, very grateful for that opportunity. Governor Shapiro, Scranton thanks you for your dedication and your commitment to the betterment of small businesses and certainly the Main Street districts of Pennsylvania. Your support showcases how small businesses create a sense of community, provide value-added benefits to their customers, and positively impact the local, regional, and national economy. Your legislation will spur new business growth, existing business sustainability and expansion, and provide a sense of place and community in cities across the state. And now I would like to turn it back to the governor.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. All right. Well, I want to look around here, but I know I got to answer some questions from the media first. So with that, if you all have any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Andy B, go ahead.
Off the subject, any comments about the drones reportings in different counties?
Yeah, it's Marty Flynn flying all those. No, seriously, that was off the record, I'm assuming. We're obviously aware of the drones, and we're taking it seriously. Homeland Security at the federal level has determined, and these are their words, not mine, that they do not pose a national security risk. I've directed Colonel Paris and the Pennsylvania State Police to look into this further. I know they'll be flying, helos will be flying helicopters to try and determine where these drones are originating from and what the purpose of these drones are. We've been conducting exercises. We'll be doing more this evening as well and try and get to the bottom of it here in Pennsylvania. I can't speak for the rest of the nation, but we're focused on it here in Pennsylvania. We've been told again by our federal partners it does not pose any kind of national security or personal security risk. But, you know, as the old saying goes, trust but verify. And Colonel Christopher Paris, a native of northeastern Pennsylvania, leads our Pennsylvania State Police very ably. I know they'll get to the bottom of it.
One more, go.
Yep.
Yeah, hi. I'm wondering if you could talk a little bit about the Cash for Kids scandal, Kids for Cash.
Yeah. The scandal in general, or what?
Well, specifically about the recently, yesterday, President Biden issued a list of people who were
Their commutations.
Commutations. Thank you. And
Yeah.
so one of the judges involved in the
Yeah. Look, governors and presidents have unique power to grant pardons and clemency and commute sentences. It is an absolute power. and it is a power that should be used incredibly carefully. I study every single case that comes across my desk where there's a request for a pardon or clemency or reduction of sentence. And I take it very seriously. I weigh the merits of the case. I weigh what occurred in the court proceedings. I think about public safety and victims, and all of those issues factor into my decision. I recognize that those on the outside can question those decisions. As you are here today and posing a question to me as to the clemency granted by President Biden. So I'll offer these thoughts as an outsider, not privy to all the information he looked at. But I do feel strongly that President Biden got it absolutely wrong and created a lot of pain here in northeastern Pennsylvania. This was not only a black eye on the community, the Kids for Cash scandal, but it also affected families in really deep and profound and sad ways. Some children took their lives because of this. Families were torn apart. There was all kind of mental health issues and anguish that came as a result of these corrupt judges deciding they wanted to make a buck off a kid's back. Frankly, I thought the sentence that the judge got was too light. And the fact that he's been allowed out over the last years because of COVID, was on house arrest, and now has been granted clemency, I think is absolutely wrong. He should have been in prison for at least the 17 years that he was sentenced to by a jury of his peers. He deserves to be behind bars, not walking as a free man. Anything else? Thank you. Merry Christmas, everybody. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Real pleasure. You gotta show me around.